So one of my favorite new pieces of gear I bought this year are these Aputure MC lights. They're really small, they fit in your pocket, pretty much any pocket. You can stow them in cases next to cameras. You know, they're about the size of a point and shoot camera. They go bicolor, you can change the color temperature, they have a number of lighting effects, and you can control several of them at once with a Bluetooth app on your phone, which is pretty cool. Now, I've had these for a while, and so far the only thing I've really done with them is just kind of light little things in the background as little kicker lights. But I've wanted to see if I could combine them with something like this, a little small rig crab clamp, and actually light maybe an interview. If I could take just this tiny camera and these two lights and make something usable. Let's find out. So normally when I make these desk videos, I just use one of these young new lights and I just kind of throw it into a bounce board or up against my wall, which is kind of beigeish, which gives it, a nice kind of pleasing skin tone for me. But these lights are a little smaller, they're not as bright. So I'm curious how well they'll hold up, especially when we pair them with a not even pro camera. It's a consumer camera. It's the Sony ZV-1, which is supposed to be a pretty good vlog camera, and I like it. But let's see what we can do with it. So the first thing I wanted to try was just to kind of replicate my normal YouTube lighting setup with this young Nuo LED light, which is much brighter. So I've got these guys up at 4300, which theoretically should be the most powerful setting, 100% each. The camera's at f5, which I could obviously loosen that a little bit, but I just wanted to see how that goes. And so far it doesn't seem quite like it's working. So let's try some other things, see what we can do. So now we just have one light. It's pointing directly at me. It's still at 100% at 4300, and it's got the little softbox it came with on. And I think we could do something to kind of fill in the shadows. So let's just kick this guy on. If we go underneath, right on axis, that doesn't look great. But if we bring it over here, just out of the shot, that actually looks pretty decent. But again, we're still on the Sony FS7, which might provide just a little better color. So let's take a look at what it looks like on the Sony ZV-1. We've got our backlight up on a light stand. I know we could have used one of these little crab clamps like I said we were going to use, but I had a light stand. It's like a $20 thing, so basically the same price as this. It's just a little easier. But we are at 1.8 on the Sony ZV-1 at ISO 640, and it looks pretty good. Of course, we're still here on the FS7 at f5, so let's dial up our f-stop here and see what we can get away with. Probably 2.8. So we're at 2.8. Obviously, you see the TV is still on. Is that really giving much ambient light? I don't know. Let's turn it off, see what happens. And I'm not disappointed with it. Let's do a couple other looks, see what we can do with it. Give me a second here. So while this is a cool light, I mean, for $90, this doesn't actually look that bad. I want to try and get some good soft lights. So I've got this umbrella bracket, and it holds two 1/4-20 things. It also has some hot shoe adapters for it. And we're gonna put this on a light stand, throw these two lights through an umbrella, see what that looks like. Okay, so now we're just on the Sony ZV-1, so the audio is probably not as good. And we have our lights firing through, I think it's a 30-some inch shoot-through umbrella, but it doesn't really look too bad. We're still at f2.5, ISO 640. We've got some good dramatic soft light happening, but I also have the soft boxes on. So let me take those off and see if that makes a difference. Okay, that definitely bought us like a stop or two of light. And if this weighs almost nothing, so you could really do pretty much any kind of lighting setup with this, I feel like. So now we're overhead. I'm just holding it with my arm. We could do kind of a nice beauty soft light right from the front. If you had two more, you could do like a clamshell light with like no effort. And this is just kind of a backlight kind of a look, real dramatic. Not bad, for each light is about $90. They're USB powered. They have their own battery built in, but you can power them with USB while you're shooting, and it charges while it shoots, which is crazy. That's cool. you know, this whole setup could fit in a backpack with no problem. You could fit the light stand, the umbrella, both the lights, USB chargers, and a camera. Be off to the races. If you combine something like a Zoom, you know, for audio, you'd be set. You could totally shoot interviews with this, no problem. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you for indulging my curiosity and watching this far. If you've got any questions, drop them down below. If you found this interesting, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Put out new videos every Tuesday and whenever else I feel like it on top of that. And of course, if you want to buy these lights, I'm going to drop an affiliate link down in the description. If you click it and buy them, then I'll get some amount of money probably. I don't know how that stuff works. But until next time, I'll see you next time. That was a clunky ending, but we're just going to cut the black now. Okay, bye.